Hello, in this video I will talk about the random access file, reading and writing to a file with the random access. So here we create an object of the random access file, and the constructor for this one, it takes two parameters, name and mode, reading and writing mode. So this mode could be R, or meaning just read only, or read write. There are also some other modes, but we will not cover them, so we will focus on this one, read and write at the same time, or just read only mode. Okay, so we create an object, and so we say writing 3 bytes to the file, to this file, byte data. So here we write 3 bytes, so 1, 2, 3. And also let me show in here, so we have byte data created after we run the program. If you look at the content of it, new, open with text editor, okay, as you see it is in binary mode, so we cannot read it, so Java can read that. So here let me go back. So we put 3 bytes, and then we say the length of the file is now 11. Okay, so it stores, so it consumes this much. Okay, so the file pointer location, it is 3. So the file pointer is like a cursor. So consider that the index starts from 0. So we put 1, 2, 3 bytes. Okay, so imagine this. So let's say we put 1, 2, and 3. So let's look at the cursor. The cursor was at the beginning of index 0. So this 1 is at the index 0. 2 is index 1, index 2. Okay, so because this is index 0, so the cursor right now is at the beginning of index 0, beginning of 1, beginning of index 2, beginning of index 3. Okay, so file pointer location is 3, as you see here. And then, okay, so file pointer location. So to get the length, we use length method for this one. To get the file pointer location, which is the cursor, we use get pointer. Okay, so this returns long, but we just display that on the screen. And then moving the file pointer to location 1. So we can just move this cursor wherever we want. So if you say seek 1, which is basically beginning of index 1. So the cursor is right now at the index 0, at the beginning of index 0. At the index 1, we have number 2. So if you come to the beginning of index 1, right here, between 1 and 2. Okay, so the cursor is here, seek 1. And now we say read byte. So if you read the byte, you will read number 2. Okay, so at the index 1, so you will read this one. So by using read byte, we assign it 1 byte. Okay, and then the value at location 1 is what? Number 2. The value at location 1 is number 2. And then we read another byte. So after we read this, the cursor actually comes to the end of index 1. So now we are at the index 2, at the beginning of index 2. Okay, so the cursor is right here at this moment. So we read it, and the value at the next location is number 3. Okay, the value at the next location is number 3, because when you are here, you read another one. Now we are at the end. Okay, okay, so we display this one. Now we move the file pointer back to location 1 and change the byte. So how do we come to location 1? So at the beginning of index 1. So remember, the number 1 is at the index 0, number 2 is at the index 1, and when you come to index 1, so seek 1, you are coming to beginning of index 1. Okay, beginning of index 1. So now we come to, by using seek 1, we are at the beginning of index 1, write byte 9. So here we had number 2, instead of, so we write number 9 over 2. Okay, so we put, so after we do this, now we have 193. Okay, 193. So when you write this, the cursor is between 9 and 3, which is index 2. I mean the beginning of index 2. So right now we are index 2. After we write that, we come back to beginning of index 1. So beginning of index 1 is this. At the index 1 we have number 9. So beginning of index 1. Okay, so by doing this. And read byte. So we read this byte, which is number 9. Okay, so we read number 9 and we assign it to 1 byte. Now we say the value at location 1 is 9. Okay, so here the value at location 1 is 9. Okay, now we go to the end of the file and write a double. So how do we go to the end of the file? At the beginning of index 3, we don't have anything at the index 3. We have 3 numbers. So the indexes are 0, 1, 2. Okay, so but the length is 3. So if you say go to the index 3, okay, so seek 3, basically you go to the end of the file. Okay, so by doing this, at this location write a double. Okay, so we put 4199, so write a double. Now the length of the file is, okay, okay, so here the length of the file is 19. So it was 11, so double consumes 8 bytes. So now the length of the byte is 19 bytes. Okay, so the returning to location 3. Okay, so returning to location 3 where we wrote the double. Okay, so by using seek 3, we come to the at the beginning of double, and then read the double, and the value, the double value at location 3 is 4199. Okay, 4199, and then close the stream. So we put all of this in the try. So if you look at the random access file, and it throws file not found exception. So which means, okay, so if you cannot, if the file cannot be created for some permission issue, then it will throw the exception. And okay, the exception is file not find, so you display it here. Or if there is any other IO exception, so you say problem with file IO, you catch that in here, and end of program. I hope this is clear. Have a nice day.